In this episode of the Thin Thinking podcast, we dive deep into the emotional journey of aging, particularly how it affects our relationship with our bodies. As I approach my 60th birthday, I have been reflecting on what it means to embrace the changes that come with age. Many of us grapple with the loss of our youthful bodies, feeling a sense of grief for the ideals we once held. But this isn't just about lamenting what's lost. It's about reclaiming our power and shifting our perspective. Together, we are going to explore how to forgive ourselves for the years spent in self-doubt and learn to celebrate the wisdom and strength that come with age and our amazing bodies. This conversation is an invitation to transform regret into acceptance and to see our aging body not as a source of shame, but as a testament to the lives we've lived and the wisdom we've gained. So grab your best friend, that body of yours, and come on in. Did you know that our struggle with weight doesn't start with the food on your plate or get fixed in the gym? 80% of our weight struggle is mental. That's right. The key to unlocking long-term weight release and management begins in your mind. Hi there, I'm Rita Black. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, weight loss expert, best-selling author, and the creator of the Shift Weight Mastery process. And not only have I helped thousands of people over the past 20 years achieve long-term weight mastery, I am also a former weight struggler, carb addict, and binge eater. And after 2 decades of failed diets and fad weight loss programs, I lost 40 pounds with the help of hypnosis. Not only did I release all that weight, I have kept it off for 25 years. Enter the Thin Thinking podcast, where you too will learn how to remove the mental roadblocks that keep you struggling. I'll give you the thin thinking tools, skills, and insights to help you develop the mindset you need, not only to achieve your ideal weight, but to stay there long term and live your best life. Hello, friends. Come on in and welcome. As you probably know, because I've been saying it now every week, I am turning 60 soon. You're probably thinking, oh God, Rita, yes, we all know, just get on with it. Well, I'm turning 60 on September 10th. And it's just a few weeks away, and I'm pretty excited. I've been thinking about aging all year and all that it means. So I have been focusing on it a bit these last couple of episodes, because no matter where you are in life, you are probably doing some thinking about aging as well. So today I want to take on the topic of owning our aging body, loving our body, and dare I say, thriving in our aging body. And I wanted to give a shout out to my membership community members, Carrie Shupp and Annette Gillen, for bringing up the idea and asking for some focus on this. Especially for anyone who has struggled with weight during their lives, our aging body has additional meaning. Things like grieving the body that we had in our youth, the years or the time lost thinking about that we were too fat. Clients mention things to me like, I look in the mirror and I wonder who that old lady is. There are regrets about not appreciating our bodies when they were younger, even though we may have been overweight. We really just didn't give them the love they deserved. I know I'm guilty of that as well. Or we wasted time or opportunities that we didn't take because we were ashamed of our body and weight, and now regret the roads not taken. Or we may have regret because we didn't take care of ourselves, and now we are aging and we might be struggling more. So there's a lot of self-blame. So, my friends, we want to turn this all around because we can, right? We can shift our minds and see the aging process as something powerful and positive and life-affirming, and learn to love and value our aging body rather than it be shameful or full of regret and despair. Now, making that shift is a process, and I am going to start to take you through this process here today. But before I do, I wanted to let you also know that after thinking about how I wanted to celebrate my 60th, which was a hard decision. I mean, Gosh, there's so many decisions. Did I want to go away, do a nice trip, or have a big party or something dazzling? So I decided, after much thought, really what I wanted to do was make a difference with an organization I fully believe in and I have contributed to for years, called My Friend's Place here in Los Angeles. Their mission is to provide shelter and support to homeless youth, runaways, kids escaping trafficking, emotionally and physically abusive homes, and just kids out of the foster care system who are the highest risk for drug addiction, trafficking, and homelessness. Heather Carmichael founded this organization, and I know her personally, and she is the real deal. And she works so hard day and night, 24/7, to put every penny to use for the kids. They've had kids go to college, become doctors and lawyers. I mean, these kids get transformed, and they provide a refuge and support to so many kids that the system basically ignores. And they are fully committed to changing the lives of these young adults who have gone through a lot of trauma and neglect. So this is what I decided to do. I am putting today's coaching session plus a special hypnosis session created only for this occasion, and I'm calling it The Joy of Aging, Cultivating Love for Your Aging Body. And I'm putting these sessions together into an online product that you can access through an app. It will have a special app just for this product, or on your desktop through like an online course portal or your tablet. It will be really easy to access, and just listen to the sessions, and you will get them for free if you donate $15 or more to My Friend's Place. The link to donate is in the show notes. To make things easy, you just check out as you would a normal product, and all the money made is going to go to My Friend's Place. Now, if you would like to donate a large amount, meaning $50 or more, which would be amazing, and receive a receipt for a tax deduction, I will provide the link directly to My Friend's Place on their website. And then what you can do is email me your proof of donation, and then we will get you the Joy of Aging coaching and hypnosis for free. So there's two ways to do it. You can just go on and make your $15 or more donation. And if you wanted a tax deduction receipt, you can donate straight to the website. Then you can return to us your donation, proof of donation, and we will get you your product. So no pressure, but I wanted to give you a little love for making a difference to this organization cause I know that we all can believe in. My goal is actually to raise $6,000 for them for my 60th birthday, just to have that synchronicity of numbers. And they are currently trying to expand their building space to offer more support to more kids. That will be a happy birthday to help out some kids who aren't as fortunate and to give them some power and make a difference in their lives out in the world. So thank you for considering. I appreciate you and our Thin Thinking community. Now, let's get started with our coaching session. So welcome everyone to our coaching session called The Joy of Aging, Cultivating Love for Your Changing Body. In the session, we are going to dive into a topic that touches many of us deeply, our relationship with our bodies as we age. This session is a space for us to explore, reflect, and ultimately cultivate a sense of love and acceptance for our bodies now and into the future. So let's start with a few quotes. There is a fountain of youth. It is your mind, your talents, the creativity you bring to your life and the lives of the people you love. When you learn to tap the source, you will truly have defeated age. And that's by Miss Sophia Loren. You don't stop laughing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop laughing. George Bernard Shaw. Life's tragedy is that we get too old soon and wise too late. Benjamin Franklin. Wrinkles should merely indicate where smiles have been. Mark Twain. A study by Hoffmeyer in 2016 surveyed 1,849 women over the age of 50 in the United States, examining their experiences with body image, health, and aging. The findings were revealing. Many women expressed feelings of shame about their aging bodies. This shame often stemmed from societal pressures and expectations that place an unrealistic emphasis on youth and beauty. However, what was even more striking is that some women reported feeling a second layer of shame for feeling ashamed in the first place. I know, it's crazy, but it's true, and I can totally relate. And this double burden can be heavy to carry. It's easy to see how these feelings might affect our self-esteem, our well-being, and our ability to truly appreciate the things our bodies do for us every day. And to add into the mix, if we have struggled with our weight in our lives, we have the added shame and regret for the body we never had in our youth, or not enjoying our youthful, in-shape body enough, or the regret of having caused more issues for ourselves because of our weight as we aged. A negative relationship with our aging body can lead to various emotional, psychological, and physical side effects. It can lead us to withdrawing from life and not pursuing the things that we love. It can keep us from intimacy or create tension because we don't feel desirable or worthy. And so, my friends, this simply will not do. We want to bring all that has been pushed down into the darkness around our aging body into the light and shift our perceptions and open a new door to our relationship with our beautiful body into one that we can embrace ourselves and our body as we are right now. Treat our body with compassion and kindness and give it the healthy food and exercise that's going to help it thrive and feel good for the many fulfilling years ahead. So how do we begin this? I would like to walk you through the RAIN technique. The RAIN, R-A-I-N technique, is a mindfulness practice designed to help individuals recognize, accept, and work through difficult emotions. And accepting and owning and loving our body again is emotional. There is so much in there. The RAIN technique is a simple, powerful tool for increasing self-awareness and self-compassion, and that is what we need to up-level our relationship with our body as we age. The acronym RAIN stands for Recognize, Acknowledge, Investigate, and Nurture. And if you're a student of mine, you probably are aware of this technique that was brought into popular use by psychologist Tara Brach. We use it quite often in dealing with emotions and other things. I am also going to guide you through a meditation with a vision for a healthy and powerful future at the end of our session. So let's first recognize that we are aging, that we are getting older. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have to take a deep breath on this one. It's one thing to kind of intellectually think about that, but to really own it and recognize it, that's something else. So I'm going to take a deep breath. Why don't you join me? Okay, I am owning it. Thanks for doing that with me. Okay, so we are accepting where we are right now, at the age that we are at right now, and that can be tough. Our culture is quick to get into denial about aging. We have a lot of ways that we hack youth nowadays, and I have nothing against any of those things. But if they make us deny or fear being where we truly are right here and owning it, that is where I see the problem settling in. There is a difference between trying to stay young and cling to it and owning the full adult we are at the age that we're at and taking care of ourselves and being the best version of ourselves. Can you see how one is giving our power away to youth, and the other is taking radical ownership of ourselves in the present and deciding to love and accept ourselves as we are in this moment in time and give our body the best care that we can to keep it healthy and vibrant and give ourselves and our body the best odds to stay in optimal shape for the longest amount of time. I honestly feel healthier now being in my body than I did when I was struggling with my weight. Way healthier. But I also acknowledge that I am older and my body needs more care and it doesn't bounce back as fast, and that is hard to accept. But the more I work on accepting my osteoporosis, my crepey skin on my arms, the sags that weren't there last year, and my breasts that seem to be racing each other towards my belly button, the more I am at ease with all of this aging process and can befriend it rather than be horrified by it. I really am aging. It's here. It's happening. And it's going to continue to happen. No cream or surgery or supplement can stop that. There is no turning back the clock, but there is recognition. This is happening, and then owning all of the feelings that come with it. It kind of reminds me when I turned 10 back in 1974. I had a lot of feelings in the beginning, and I was super pumped to turn 10. I was so excited. I drove everybody crazy in my family. I just wanted to be grown up. I wanted to be 2 digits instead of 1. I just remember that so clearly. I would tease my younger sister, I'm going to be 2 digits and you're only still going to be 1, neener, neener, neener. So my actual 10th birthday was amazing. And I wore my favorite Hawaiian muumuu dress that I had sewed myself to school. I had never been to Hawaii, but that was, I don't know if you remember in the 70s, but the muumuus were really in. And my dad was so sweet. I had made such a big deal about turning 10. He bought me a little wrist corsage. And I remember going out, there was this restaurant, or still is actually, it's very famous, Ivar's Salmon House for dinner. That's a big Seattle. And it was a big deal because my family never ate out. And then when we got home, we had cherry chip cake with frosting. And it was the best, of course. And of course, I way overate it, as I did with every single birthday cake I had in those days. So the interesting thing, though, and why I'm telling you this story, is that night I went to bed and something changed. And all that joy that I had felt earlier in the day and the weeks before turned into terrifying fear. I couldn't sleep. For the first time in my life, I felt panicky. I was probably having a panic attack. I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that I was never, ever going to be a single digit ever again. And the finality of that really awoke within me this existential angst, and it just began to bubble up inside. I realized as I was laying there in bed for the first time that my parents were going to die someday, and that I was going to die too. And I couldn't turn back the clock, and that I was never going to be a baby again. I was never going to be a toddler again. And it was just so overwhelming for me. And I was frightened, and all these feelings were coming up in me. And I went downstairs to my parents' bedroom, and I was crying and hyperventilating, and they were so sweet. And they consoled me, and they let me sleep between them. And I remember wrapping my arms around my mom, and I was feeling her heartbeat, and it was so comforting to know that she was there and that she was real, and that in that moment I could be okay and I could be safe in the moment of being 10. It's a real wake-up call to own where we are in the aging process, right here, right now. We spend so much of our life in a trance, just being with that, being awake to that. So I am calling on you now with this opportunity We can feel our own heart beating here in the moment. We can feel safe, and we can be brave for a moment and recognize where we are. So wherever you are in your aging journey from 10 to 100, wherever you are is now, and it's real, and it's singular to you and to me. When we can be planted in ourselves, in our current age, and in our aging body, wherever it is on its journey of life, we can own it and thrive. Before we can own and love our aging body, we want to move through all the feelings and beliefs that we have pushed down into the darkness about it, what it means to be this age, and for our body to be wherever it's at. And once we can own it, we can all stand in the whole truth and celebrate it rather than shame it. So let's take the first step and recognize that we are truly here now in our body, that age that we are in, and not the stories we say to ourselves or others like, I'm old, or I feel like I'm 30. But just be in yourself for all you are and own your age. I'm 59 going on 60 years, 60 times around the sun. This is me. This is where I am. This is now. And even though I feel like I'm in my 30s or 40s, I am 60. So where are you? What are you claiming as your space today? Maybe you are in your 70s, or your 50s, or your 80s, or your 40s, or your 90s, or over 100. Good for you. I want your playbook. Where are you? What are you claiming as your space today? Wherever you are, take a deep breath in and recognize you are here. It is neither good or bad, it just is, and that will probably bring up some emotions, and if so, good. Notice them. We will be working with them in the next step. For the moment, take a deep breath in and close your eyes and just be here in your skin. Feel the boundaries of your body, held together by your amazing birthday suit of skin that has been with you all these years. Acknowledge your breath and lungs. They haven't let you down. Acknowledge your heart beating. Just notice it beating. And now just say to yourself 3 times out loud or inside your own mind, I am whatever age that you are. Now, the first time it will feel shallow. The second time it will land a little deeper. And the third time, just allow it to come home to roost deep inside you. And to help you out, just put your hands both over your heart and repeat. I'm going to say it inside my own mind. I am 60 years old 3 times. So I'm going to give you some space to do that now for you. Go ahead and go. Go ahead and notice any emotions. There might be many different ones that are coming up or none at all. Just keep noticing if they do. Take a nice deep breath in, bring it all in. And another nice deep breath in, really bringing it all in. Good. Recognizing where you are, taking ownership, staying with that. Wonderful. And you can open your eyes. Well done. So we are all here now in our age that we are at. Fantastic. Let's move on to acknowledge. And acknowledge all the emotions coming up and make room for them. We aren't minimizing them or pushing them down. We are giving space to all the emotions around being this age and having our body be where it is in its aging process and create a space in your heart for every single one of those emotions. Allow these feelings and thoughts to be present without trying to change them. Instead of resisting or pushing away these feelings, give yourself permission to experience them. You might say to yourself, it's okay to feel this way. I like to name all the feelings, and there might be way more than a few, and some are more nuanced and subtle than others. And I invite you to imagine opening up your heart 20 times the size it is now to allow for all the emotions to live within you and have a space. I like to think of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I don't know if you ever saw that cartoon back in the day, and how when he finally accepted Christmas into his heart grew bigger than the little box that was in it, and it kind of exploded his chest. We don't want you to explode your chest, but we just want you to open up your heart 20 times to let these feelings in. And I'm going to name some of the main feelings that many people feel, including myself. And if you have others, that is amazing and fine. And you can let them into your heart as we go along. So first is the feeling of being vulnerable, the vulnerable feeling. Maybe aging makes you feel not as strong as you used to be, or off balance, or even frail. Maybe you feel vulnerable about money or the future, or vulnerable because you need others to help you in some way, so you may feel a loss of control. If this rings true, just allow yourself to feel vulnerable and pull it into your heart with a nice breath. Good. Next, feeling invisible. This is a feeling present for many people. Maybe you feel like you don't get seen or heard like you used to. Especially women can feel this as we age, as though people are looking through us or past this. I've certainly noticed this in the past, and I do not like that, and it can hurt. I see them seeing an old woman, maybe insignificant, and maybe you feel this. It can make us feel a loss of control and command that maybe we once had. Maybe you were working and no longer are working, and maybe it has to do with your body and not feeling attractive. This feeling invisible can especially be amplified when we struggle with weight. Maybe we might even welcome being invisible, and we can hide in the shadows. If invisible resonates with you, go ahead and let it into your heart and own it. It doesn't mean that you are invisible, but you are just acknowledging the feeling. So open up your heart, take a breath, and let it in. And you can put your hands over your heart too. I really do like doing that. Now let's look at guilt. Are there any shades of guilt lurking within you? This is a big one, and I can relate to it, and so can many of my students. Guilt about not taking better care of our bodies. I blame my bulimia in the past and smoking in the past for my current osteoporosis. Some people feel guilt for not appreciating their body more when they were younger. This is another biggie. When we struggle with weight, we just spend so much time hating our body that we never really took the time to appreciate its youth then. And then all of a sudden, we're aged, and we had never had the chance to revel in that youthfulness we took for granted. Or maybe we feel guilt because we were in good shape and when we were younger, but we never really appreciated it because we held ourselves to impossible standards that we could never live up to. There are so many shades of guilt, so please let your shade or any of the different shades that you may have into your heart. Good. Sadness. Along with guilt, there might be sadness. Sadness is often an emotion one layer below guilt. Once we acknowledge the guilt, sadness usually emerges. I know I have sadness for being so mean to my body when I struggled with weight. The self-abuse that I inflicted upon my body, and the way I just hated it, and I scorned it, and that makes me sad. I am also sad for the passing of time. It has gone so fast. There's never enough time. and I'm sad for the passing of my youth. I will never have that back, and that is bittersweet. I'm allowing that into my heart. How about you? What sadness do you need to invite in? And if you tear up or have bigger emotions, as we do, just please let them flow in and acknowledge them too. Take a nice deep breath. Okay. Now, anger. Maybe you're mad at your body for getting older or at yourself for feeling older. I know I feel some anger. I thought I would be young forever. Age just caught up with me, and I have anger and some shame. It doesn't have to make sense, my friends. We're just acknowledging and letting it in. Maybe you have anger and no clear reason for it, and that's okay too. So just let anger in. Often women aren't allowed to feel anger, so just allow it to be and let it in. Envy. This is a big one too. I sure feel envy. I'm envious of younger people, of the time they have to be in their youth. I don't want to be them, but I do have envy. I envy the people who seem to age without ever looking older. It's not fair. And I don't blame them. I'm just letting the feeling be. Is there envy in you? Just a bit? I bet there is. Let's party with our envy and just let it in. Good. We're doing great. Now, grief. I am mourning at the age of 60. I miss all of those in my life who are no longer here. I wish I could see them and feel them and touch them. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, and my cousins and friends and clients and students who have passed. I am mourning my 30s, my 40s, and my 50s. I will never be there again. Wow, I'm letting that in. My 20s, well, meh. I don't wish 20s on anyone. My daughter is there now and it doesn't look fun. But those other ages, some of them were nice and some of them were not so nice, but I mourn them all now. I mourn my youth and my heavier but younger body. I also regret not being nicer to my body, and I regret being in a food and diet trance a good part of my life. I mourn all of those last years where I was just in a frustrating diet cycle fog. I'm letting mourning and regret in. And I'm also mourning all the time I spent hating my body for what it was and what it wasn't. Just letting that grief in. Self-resentment. Does this live in you and yourself about your body? Do you resent your body for what it cannot do now? How it had let you down in the past or how it lets you down currently? Do you resent the aches and pains your body gives you? Do you resent your metabolism and your genes for maybe being a part of your weight story? Do you have self-resentment over feeling addicted to food or other things? Maybe there's self-resentment because your weight caused you to hold yourself back in relationships or work or going for your dreams. Just let that in. How about fear? There are so many. Do you fear your changing appearance and fear looking older? I know that comes across my mind. Do you fear your body or your mind declining with age? Do you fear getting sick or your body failing you? Maybe you fear being unable to care for yourself. I know I have all of these fears. There is a lot of fear, and that is okay. Just let the fear be. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for when you acknowledge fear. It tends to soften when we acknowledge it. And when we bury it, it gets bigger and it haunts you. So just let that fear in boldly. Lonely. Do you have feelings of loneliness? I know I do sometimes. Sometimes I feel alone because what I do is so singular. I love it for that reason too, but sometimes it's lonely. Sometimes it's a haunting feeling. Sometimes I feel alone even in the midst of my family. Loneliness and aloneness are okay. You know, we are never alone because when we are boldly present in the moment, we have ourselves, and that is enough. But we want to acknowledge lonely too, so please let it in. Do you feel depleted, less sexy and less sexual, less energetic, just tired of it all? Thinking about being active in your body just makes you feel tired. Let's look at now some of the more positive emotions about aging that you may feel too, along with the other ones. What about proud? The feeling of pride that you have for things you've done in your life, the moments that you were brave, the moments of accomplishment, the times you stood up for yourself or others, the difference you have made with yourself or others or in your community or with your work. Just please allow some pride into your heart with a nice deep breath. And how about courageous? It takes courage to age, to do what you are doing right this moment, facing aging fully on. You gave yourself courage for all that boldness you have displayed in your life, courage to stand out and be different, courage to do the things you have done despite your feelings about weight. I want you to feel that feeling and let that in. And you may think, Rita, my heart is full. And I'm saying, nope, you have room for more. So just take a deep breath and let it in. We're almost done. Happy. How about happy? Be happy to be here where you are in your life. Happy to have made it this far. Happy to have the chance to keep going and keep being you. Come on, let that into your heart. How about feeling wise? You are wise. Do you feel it? All those years you've steeped within you in wisdom. You know what to do and you know what not to do. So let that feeling of wisdom reverberate through you and let it into your heart. Free. Do you feel free? I feel free from caring what others think. Free from worrying if I'm pretty or doing the right thing or making a mistake that will ruin my life. I feel free from a lot of the expectations that others had for me and what society has for me. If they have thoughts about me getting older and think that makes me lesser, well, let them. I feel sorry for them and I am free from their judgment, and I invite you to enjoy feeling free too. We know who we are. We know the score. So let that freedom into your heart. Grateful. This is the last one, and you can allow in gratitude for all these feelings that they make you who you are and your experience of being this age at this point in your life. You own it. You can be grateful to your aging body for the life it has given you and all the experiences that it has allowed you to enjoy throughout all the years. Let gratitude into your heart. And now take a moment to notice any other feelings about the aging process in your body that you might want to let into your heart. I'll just give you a moment for that. Okay, good job. And now take a few deep breaths in, letting all those shades of feelings around your aging and your aging body fill you up with your truth, letting it in and giving you power. Great job. We're doing fantastic. Now let's move on to investigate. Now, with investigate, what it is we're exploring the feelings that may be coming up with you in curiosity and kindness. So let's investigate a feeling so you can see how to do this. We aren't going to do all of them, but we'll just focus on one. So guilt is a big one for most people. So let's just take a moment and pull out guilt. What is the feeling of guilt feeling like in my body? Where do you feel it in your body? Is it a soft feeling or a sharp feeling? Ask yourself questions like, what is this feeling of guilt trying to tell me? Or what is this feeling letting me know about what I'm believing about myself and my body? For me, my guilt makes me think about the time I wasted being mean to my body. The guilt I feel about the time I took away from relationships and focused on food or on my body and just trying to be thin. Just allow your guilt or whatever feeling you're focusing on tell you whatever it needs to. Allow your guilt to speak to you. And look at your guilt without judgment. And you can investigate any feelings coming up for you in this way. Sometimes I find it helps to journal as you're doing this. Excellent. So you can see how this process isn't for the faint-hearted. The last step in the RAIN process is nurture. Offer yourself compassion and kindness in response to what you discover. For instance, respond to your feelings with self-compassion. For me, I can look at the wasted time I spent with understanding and compassion. It's all I knew at the time. I didn't have any other ways to cope or respond to my feelings of unworthiness. You might put a hand over your heart and speak kindly to yourself, or remind yourself that aging is a natural and shared human experience. This step is about caring for yourself as you would a dear friend going through the same thing. Let's take a moment to speak to ourselves. I will give you a moment. Just allow that compassionate, wise part to speak to you. Okay, good. And now remember, as you move forward on your journey of appreciating and loving your body at the age it is at right now, you now have a way to process all the feelings and emotions that come up in a more resourceful way, a way that gives you the confidence to have a space for your feelings rather than to push them down into the subconscious and let them own you in a negative way. Recognize, acknowledge, investigate, nurture. Good job, my friends. And now let's do a meditation around this. And promise me, if you're driving or exercising or anything that requires your full attention with eyes open, please save this for later. And now just take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, close your eyes. And just let go of everything now. And just focus on your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And just allow each and every breath to carry you deeper and deeper relaxed. Just allow all the sounds within the room and outside the room to focus you more fully and completely upon my voice. Allow all my words, building one upon the other, to go with you as you drift deeper and deeper. Just noticing the surface beneath you is supporting you fully. And that can allow you to relax even more deeply. Notice wherever your feet are touching. Maybe they're touching the floor. Maybe something else is touching them. Some covers or some shoes. Just notice the texture and temperature of whatever is up against your feet. Notice the texture and temperature of the air within the room around you. And as you continue to relax, imagine that staircase in front of you of 5 steps down. We're going to go down these steps together now and allow each step down to take you twice as deep as the step before into a nice, easy relaxation, starting with that top step, 5, and taking that first step down, just deeper and deeper, easing into it. 4, down to 3, opening your mind to this process of accepting and loving your aging you wherever you are in your life. 3 down to 2, deeper and deeper, really engaging that sense of curiosity. 2 down to 1, deeper and deeper. And at the next step down, all the way down, you see in front of you a door to your subconscious mind. Go ahead and push on the door and find it opens easily for you, and step inside for this meditation time to your subconscious mind. And as you open that door to what we like to call your shift place, just see all around you beautiful tranquility, relaxing things. Maybe it's a garden. Maybe you're in a forest. This place and all around you reminds you of relaxation, the sounds, the feeling, the breeze against your skin. And in this place of relaxation, you see a beautiful pond. The pond is not too big, not too small, it's just right. And there's beautiful sandy banks on this pond that slope easily down into the pond. And you are drawn to this pond. You see the waters of the pond, and you understand that these waters are waters of forgiveness and rejuvenation. And so you find yourself drawn to the side of the pond, and you stick your toe in, and you notice it's just the right temperature. So you decide to wander in. Now it's up to you. You can take all your clothes off and wander in naked if you want to imagine yourself in an easy-fitting bathing suit or just any clothes that you would like to wear in. I invite you, for your own comfort level, whatever your imagination allows you. But what you're doing is just easily and effortlessly guiding yourself down the sandy banks, step by step into this wonderful, perfect temperature water. And you wade in, and the water surrounds you up to your shoulders, and you feel very safe. Your feet are at the bottom of the pond. And as the water swirls around you, easily soothing you and cleansing you, these are the waters of forgiveness, waters of rejuvenation. Just feel the waters washing away all those old resentments, all those old negative feelings, the anger, sadness, the loneliness, all of the old limiting beliefs and interpretations that you've had about your body, about your most beloved fellow traveler in this life. Just allow the waters to remove from your heart and mind and soul all of the guilt for not taking better care of yourself, or the time wasted hating your body. Just let the waters wash away any old cultural beliefs that aging takes your power away from you. Let it wash away your feeling invisible. Let it give you a sense of owning your body, a rejuvenation of wisdom. Your body at this age gives you power. Feel your life source. Feel your life force surging through you now, giving you renewed spirit and energy. And as the water's healing you, washing away any self-resentment, any feelings about how you feel about aging, and allow them to restore within you feelings of pride of all the years you've been on this planet, all that you have done in your life, and the people you have helped. Let the waters swish and swirl and carry away any anger or remorse about yourself or your body. You are a whole, beautiful, and worthy human being, and have as much right as anyone to take your place in the world. And now you feel refreshed and rejuvenated and are ready to come out of the pond. On the other side, just imagine yourself now walking on that easy slope of sand up and out of the pond. And as you come out of the pond, the water immediately evaporates off your body. And imagine yourself as you get out of the pond, maybe toweling off if you need to, but the air has magically just evaporated any moisture off your body. And you see on the other side of the pond a full-length mirror that reflects back to you all you are today at this powerful point in your life. And now imagine seeing your body for what it is with renewed eyes, rejuvenated eyes, eyes cleansed of the old negative beliefs and filters, and instead you see a truly dignified and beautiful body in its age, seeing any wrinkles, any creases, any sags, any moles and marks as remarkable, as powerful. Take this moment now to behold your body as this miraculous vessel that is allowing you to be present in this powerful chapter of your life. It represents the wisdom, grace, patience, and resilience of the ages. And now I invite you in your imagination to walk up to this reflection and look into your eyes, the eyes that have seen all your life has seen, experienced love and joy and sadness and triumph and all the flavors of life. Imagine now reaching out and touching your face as you would a beloved child. For you and your body deserve all the love and tenderness and goodwill that you can give it. Now take this powerful body of yours. As you look into it, now merge into it. Step in and merge into it. And as you do, you see a comfy robe to wrap yourself in, feeling so comfortable and relaxed in the body that you now feel so proud to be in at this place in your life. Because you are making the decision now to own your body in all its glory. And now to make the decision to love it and to be its best friend as you walk down this beautiful path you see before you, feeling stronger and calmer and so at peace with your body. desiring to take good care of it, to make healthy choices, moving your body, honoring it and taking care of it, being out in the world, making a difference. And your body allows you to be with the people you want to be with, connecting, making a difference, being your best you, fully owning yourself, your worth fully visible to you, totally present to the body and your life at this glorious age that you are at and you now own with all of you. And now, as I count forward from 1 to 5, allow yourself to come back, bringing with you all that you've created here today for yourself. 1, feeling at peace, knowing you have started a powerful healing process. 2, committing to continue the process with a renewed attitude of love and acceptance of your age and your body. 3, knowing you are worthy of your own love and self-care as you are right now. 4, ready to take the next steps, fully, truly advocating for yourself and believing in your body and its right to be here right now. And 5, eyes open, coming back. Good job. Wow. I hope that session served you wherever you are in your life. And you can listen to it again along with a powerful hypnosis session in an app or on an online platform. Remember, it's only for this occasion. I'm calling it The Joy of Aging, Cultivating Love for Your Aging Body, and you will get it for free if you donate $15 or more. The link is in the show notes. You'll be donating to my friend's place, and the website is there available for you too if you want to donate a larger fee or a larger sum, and then you can just send us back the proof of donation, and we will get you a link to sign up for the Joy of Aging for free. Okay, and please come back next week and help me celebrate the big birthday, beautiful 60, and have a great week. And remember that the key, and probably the only key to unlocking the door, the weight struggle, is inside you. So keep listening and find it. I will be here with you, looking forward to it next week. Thanks for listening to the Thin Thinking Podcast. Did that episode go by way too fast for you? If so, and you want to dive deeper into the mindset of long-term weight release, head on over to www.shiftweightmastery.com. That's www.shiftweightmastery.com, where you'll find numerous tools and resources to help you unlock your mind for permanent weight release, tips, strategies, and more. And be sure to check the show notes to learn more about my book, From Fat to Thin Thinking, Unlock Your Mind for Permanent Weight Loss, and to learn how to subscribe to the podcast so that you never miss an episode.